Hello, my friends. I'm glad to be with you, and thank you so much for spending some of your time with me here today. Before I follow up on the uh, what I started yesterday about whether Trump will use nukes against Iran, I just want to update you on the incident which I reported yesterday. Um, an airbase in northern Syria was attacked. It turned out to be indeed it was a Syrian base. It wasn't a Turkish base, but the Turks were trying to renovate it. They were trying to improve it and fix it so that it can be used. This base is only 40 miles from the Turkish border. And then we found out for sure now that the Israelis are the ones who did it, who attacked it. Benjamin Netanyahu came out and said himself that they attacked that base. And his reasoning was, they're not going to allow Syria to have any kind of military cooperation with Turkey. They will not allow Turkey to have any kind of military presence in Syria. And he was saying that they will not let Turkey to threaten their borders. And this base, my friends, is 40 miles from the Turkish border, way up north, very far from the Israeli border. But I like to read between the lines, and what this guy is saying is that he's saying to Turkey, to the Turkish president, Syria is ours, my friend. It's just a matter of time before we go in and just take over. Stay away from Syria. Don't build military bases there. Um, and this, Syrian president, if anybody comes and says this, if I was the president of a country and somebody says, our borders stays in the heart of your country, I will find this very offensive, and I will say something. And he didn't say anything because he doesn't care. He doesn't care. All he cares about about is remaining a president. He wants to be called the president, and that's all. That's all this goes true for all our leaders. That's what they do. Uh, um, Anyway, back to the subject that I started yesterday, and I said, will Trump will he use nukes against Iran? And let me quickly and emphatically answer my own question. Say yes, he can, and he might. Actually, he might. And the reason for that is because he put himself in such a very tough position. He cannot have a decisive win against Iran. He tried bombing, didn't work. He tried blockade, it's not working. Going inland is going to be a disaster. It's not going to work. And considering his sick nature, his mental condition, the man will not just leave. He will not leave and appear like a loser. Besides, if he just leaves, he's going to be, he's going to have to answer some very tough questions. Why did you start this war? Why did we lose so much money, so many lives? For what? If all you did was just leave, and he might be imprisoned for that. So he must have a win there. He doesn't care how he gets it. And remember, he has in the back of his head also the fact that this war has so far has cost the U.S. so much money, and considering the U.S. deficit is what 40 trillion now or more. So he's very well aware of the financial part of this war, and he would love to have his hands on the Iranian oil. He would, because that would help his case, and uh, you know it will help him pay some of the costs of this war. So I don't think he will just pack up his stuff and leave. He will not do that. Uh, and I'm sure he has in the back of his mind also the fact that when they used the bombs against Japan in World War II, where are we now? I mean, Japan is a good partner to the U.S. The respect and everything, and everybody seems to have forgotten all the casualties, all the mayhem that those bombs caused back then. And so I'm sure he's thinking about that, and that weighs heavily also on his decision. Um, Not to say that it is okay to use these weapons, but he has in his mind that's how his brain works. That he's looking at Japan and the good relations the U.S. has with Japan now after such a very sad chapter they went through. Uh, but Marjorie Taylor Greene, this lady was a big supporter of Trump. Then she turned against him when he diverted from his America First slogan that this is what he ran on when he ran for president. And she now sees she's against him, but she still has connections in Congress. And she says, according to her sources, she says that the nuclear option is being discussed very seriously in the Trump administration. Uh, and she would be surprised if he uses it. Uh, to be honest with you, my feeling is the decision to use tactical nuclear weapons against Iran. It seems to me has been made, but everybody's kind of hush about it. The only thing they're concerned about is the day after. What if they do that and then Iran goes all out? Starts hitting everywhere and everybody. They will literally turn the whole Gulf area will become inhabitable. They will hit the wall fields. They will hit the skyscrapers. They will hit the airport. They will hit everything, and they will destroy the area. They were also talking about cutting off the fiber cable, internet cables running deep under the Persian Gulf. Um, if they can do that, they will cut off the whole Middle East from the rest of the universe, and that's a very very serious and scary scenario there too. Of course, not to mention the international isolation the U.S. will feel and all the condemnation, all that. But Trump doesn't care about this stuff anyway, so why even talk about it? Um, but on the other hand, my friends, if Trump was successful, for example, he does that, his evil deed, and he waits 24 hours and there is no response from Iran, which means he was also able to neutralize their uh, retaliation, their offensive capabilities. If this happens, and I doubt very seriously it will, if this happens, my friends, then Trump is king. Okay, Trump will be king, and he will be telling his people to bring the Missouri. I'm ready. They're ready now. I'll have him sign the surrender deal. But his people will tell him, Mr. President, the Missouri is out of commission. It's not seaworthy anymore. It's sitting in Hawaii somewhere. It's a museum now. We can't bring the Missouri to you here. Uh, he will say, just fly the Iranians over there, then fly them to Hawaii, and we'll have them sign there on the Missouri. And who knows? Maybe he will even force them to sign the surrender papers in September. I hope to see you next time. Bye.